Amy Medford with Medford Knife and Tool. Knives on the table today are for GP Knives in Troy, Illinois. And Chris is my contact there, and he is just a pleasure to work with. Very super speedy response time. And what I like about GP Knives is typically their stuff is maker's discretion, which makes it so much fun when the orders come through and the parts come through, because I and Dawn now, we sit side by side and we have fun coming up with the stuff that's on the table today. So I know sometimes it's hard to fight the urge to want to create knives a particular way, but when you leave the maker's discretion, it allows us to have fun, be a little creative, come up with some new things, especially when you see the Vulcan blades on the table. The Vulcan finish is so random and unique and different on each knife, it's hard to anticipate how it's going to come out. So it allows us to have some fun and creativity. The knives on the table were fun. So let's see what we have headed their way. All right, I'm going to start off with the full thick Marauders. S35. That is a satin blade, very clean and shiny. Violet anodized lightning sculpted handles. And then we kept the hardware and the breaker, everything very clean and simple. So standard hardware goes nicely with the satin blade and a brushed clip. So if you're a fan of less is more, this is a beautifully sculpted knife with not a bunch of color and a bunch of extra bells and whistles. I really like that. The second full-sized Marauder is the billowing American flag. The flamed hardware blends in beautifully with the field of stars. And the flag stripes are a little bit more bronzed. It's just kind of an antiqued, weathered look. I love it. Bronze anodized spring and flamed clip. The third full-size Marauder is a two-tone. So we started off with a base blue anodized handle and spring, and then went back in and faced the flats. So it's a two-tone. You can see I'm going to rotate just a little. Let me get my spit off the knife. There we go. So blue on the perimeters. I'll rotate for you. Faced silver flats. Brushed clip that also has been blue anodized. So you see around the perimeters there's blue. It's down in the spring relief, and the hardware has been blue anodized as well. Then we go into our Praetorian series. The rest of the knives here today are all Praetorians. We have the Micro Praetorian, the smallest of the original Praetorian series. So it's S35 PVD drop point, PVD handles, spring, breaker, and then flamed hardware and a brushed and flamed clip. Then we step up. Oh, there are no Genesis on the table, so we're going to straight up to the full-size Praetorian T. You see the three, it's a 3V PVD Tonto with a laser engraved fuller, bronze anodized handle and spring with PVD hardware clip breaker. So black and bronze. It's the bronze version of the reverse tuxedo. And then the next Praetorian T is a faced and tsunami flamed handle, S35 tumble drop point, NP3 breaker. So I like to put these side by side because they give you the dark classic version and the light classic version. PVD and bronze Tonto, and I typically like to mate up Tontos with darker, more tactical, low-vis finishes. And then the second one, the S35 tumble drop point with faced and flame. So silver and blue on the drop point and more tactical with the bronze and PVD. And here we go, full-size Praetorian tie. I'm gonna rotate a little bit. It's hard to see, but this is a faced violet anodized handle with a with a PVD pivot. And then on the reverse side, PVD spring with violet pinstriping. And so what I like to do when we have two-tone finishes is do opposing hardware. So we have violet anodized on the spring. The clip is PVD with violet flats. And then the reverse side, PVD pivots. So two-tone on everything. Very cool. The second Praetorian tie is a 3V PVD Tonto with a blue lightning sculpting, blue hardware, which you think when you talk about it might be too much, but it just is beautiful side by side. A brushed, let me take a look here, brushed and flamed clip. It's got some bronze tones in there. Just beautiful. And then we have two Vulcan Praetorian tie. The first one's a 3V Vulcan Tonto. Large peaks and valleys with a blue anodized base. flamed hardware, just pulls the colors in from the blade beautifully. PVD breaker and a just beautifully flamed clip. And then the last Praetorian tie is a partial sculpt. So I'm going to put these side by side so you can see the difference as well. This is also 3V. It's a drop point. Again, the very robust colors, just gorgeous. And then we have a faced, and is that just silver or is that bronze?
It's bronze.
Yeah, it is bronze. So bronze falling leaf. Falling leaf, the base type of sculpting of this is the peaks and valleys, and then it's a falling leaf. So I love the fade on that if you want something a little bit more subtle. And with all the color on the Vulcan blade, it's just a really nice complement. And that is it, people. Just beautiful knives headed to GP Knives in Troy, Illinois. Thank you, Chris, for being so super speedy on your response time. Thank you for giving us the ability to do maker's discretion on these and have fun. It's a fun time for us to look through the blades and pick different colors and finishes that go really nicely with them. So I hope you love them. I'm sure you will. Keep watching the videos, everybody. And until the next time, I'm out.